Hi guys, I finally made it. It's 5:31 on a Friday afternoon and it feels like it's been a long journey. The view is so good. Okay, I'll show you the view in a minute, but just to let you know, I've arrived in Lisbon. I'm at my hotel now. The flight was perfect, it was fine. Just a few niggles being EasyJet at the beginning, but managed to do one of those £4, I don't know what we call it, I'll put the name underneath, but if you pay £4 and you only have cabin bags, you can put them in the hold and then you also get priority boarding. And I had a laptop and a cabin bag, and EasyJet don't do that anymore, you have to have one bag only. So I thought, let me do that, and then I could take my laptop with me, and then I got to board first, so that was even better. So that's good. Anyway, I got on the plane, sat on the wrong seat, as you do. I'm so used to EasyJet just piling in any seat, so they've changed that, obviously, since the last time I travelled, or I wasn't paying any attention anyway. And I got my seat, and then I sat in the wrong place. Sat in the right seat on the aisle, but I was then 14 instead of 13. But when the lady came, she was going, "It's 14." I was like, "Oh no, this is 13. She goes, "No, it's 14. But oops. Okay, and I started to pick up my bags, and I thought, "Oh, you can just sit there if you want to." And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's easy enough." So that was all right. And then I fell asleep on the plane. I didn't have a window seat, so I didn't do my normal look out across the ocean as you fly past. But it was cool. So landed okay. Got my bag fairly quickly, bumped into another lady who's doing the race as well, so maybe I'll see her. I think her name's Helen. And waited for my airport transfer. Waited and waited and waited. So I told them I'll be there at 3:30. Gave them the flight times as usual. I booked it via Expedia, and it's supposed to be EV Tours. Got there, nothing. I waited. I even went to the Louvre before I even got my bag. Anyway, I looked at all the people with their names. There's supposed to be somebody with my name on a poster or A4 sheet or what have you, and I couldn't see my name anywhere. And I walked along, up and down, around, and it also says wait at the MTS Globe, a welcome desk. That doesn't exist. I couldn't find it. Or there's a welcome desk, but it didn't have anybody in it. So I waited for an hour, and about 4:30 I decided, look, I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten since just before getting on the plane, so which is basically breakfast. And it's now nearly 6, 5:30. So I'm a bit hungry, so I'm not waiting around. So I just left. So I got a bus instead. I should have just got a bus. It's going to only cost €4 one way from there to the hotel. So it's going to cost €4 back. So that's €8, which is what, if anything, it'll be £8. And I paid for, I think it was $12.96. I'm not going to do that again. Don't book EV tours. If you come to Lisbon, don't do it. Anyway, I'll show you the view from the hotel room. I'm on the 11th floor. Look at that, you can see the bridge. It's my hotel terrace. How lovely is that? The weather's not, the weather's lovely. It's hot, lovely sunlight. But it's not as hot as I was expecting it, but then it is the evening, so it's probably cooling down now. I'm wearing my jacket still. I didn't have to take it off, so it can't be that hot, but I can feel that it is warm, so. Yeah, that's day one. I was going to venture down to the pickup, but I think it's a bit late, so I think I'll just get something to eat and then do everything tomorrow. So I wanted to do a bus tour, one of those sightseeing tours that are all over the world. I might just do that tomorrow. And then I'll pick up my race kit, hopefully. And then the race is Sunday. And then I come back Monday. So, see you next time. Bye. Hi guys, back again. It's day 2 of my runcation in Lisbon, Portugal. I didn't carry on vlogging yesterday because I didn't actually end up doing much. As I said, I got in a bit later than expected, so I couldn't go down to the expo last night. So I did go down to the restaurant and had a lovely meal. It was delicious. It was carb filled, definitely, but it was absolutely delicious. And from the wine at the beginning to the dessert that I didn't actually order at the end. I basically had, what I actually ordered was just my red wine and my main course. I was going to have a dessert because I'm allowing myself to have carbs this weekend, but I didn't have to in the end. So I ordered my wine. It was delicious. It smelled gorgeous. I don't know what it is, but it's a dark red wine. If you look at my Instagram, at TRLP Life, there's a picture that I took with my iPhone 8. And it's just amazing, so clear. And because I use the portrait, the rest of the glass just vanishes. It's so cool. Anyway, so I had a red wine to start with, and then they brought bread. And I thought, yes, I'm going to have the bread. Ended up having 3 rolls. And then I had it with some olive oil and salt. That was delicious. And then I ordered my main, which was lamb curry, you pronounce it, but it's lamb carré. And it's basically a rack of lamb on a puree of chickpeas and spinach. Spinach wasn't pureed. And then I ordered fries with it because I could, but I probably could have managed to be full up without the chips. Definitely, I didn't need the chips at all, or fries. So because I didn't order a starter, the waitress brought me a little pastry, which was cheese, a little cheese pastry. It was like a sausage roll. I'll insert a picture here. Just because I didn't have to pay for it, and it was lovely, looked lovely, tasted lovely, but there was a bit of a crunch in it. But I was fine, but I didn't know what that was. And at the end I asked her what it was, and she said it was almonds, and I thought I was allergic to almonds, but it seems their almonds I'm fine with, because I didn't feel any problems at all. So that's a good thing. So maybe I can have almonds now. We'll see. And then for my lamb came, and that was just delicious. Everything about it was delicious and succulent. Oh, delicious. I love lamb anyway. And then because I was full from having the rolls beforehand and having fries as well with my meal, I didn't have dessert. So she brought me one of the traditional Portuguese pastries. It's called pastel de nata, I think. But I'll insert a picture. That was the most delicious thing I've ever tasted in my life. It was basically a custard tartlet, and the picture makes it look bigger than it actually is, but it's only about maybe this big and about that thick, so round like that. Delicious. It was hot and creamy, and the pastry was flaky, and it's sweet, and it's lovely. I could have had 5. Maybe one day I'll just go, I'm going to find the best place that they make it. I think it's a Lisbon-based thing, but it's definitely a Portuguese traditional dessert. Maybe I'll have to just go and find a bakery that makes them and just have that for my dinner tomorrow. That'll be my celebration meal. We'll see. But yeah, so the whole meal was great. The waiting staff were brilliant, fun. I didn't feel bored sitting there on my own, so it was good. I enjoyed my meal. And it's good to have an enjoyable meal at your hotel, because normally hotel meals are not so good, or hotel restaurants are not so good. But no, so far my experience in the hotel has been wonderful. And then this morning I just came back from my run. What's the time? Okay, it's 10:28. So I did a 5k run. I didn't know where I was going, and I did actually get a bit lost coming back. I went past the turning, so I stopped my watch at 5k because that's what I wanted to do today. And then I checked the location on Google Maps, and then started my watch again, and then ran back to the hotel. So I was basically went 1k out, 1.2k out. So I got that far out before I came back. So I did about 6k today, 6.3k this morning. So I'm back at my hotel. I was going to come back, have a shower, and then go down for breakfast. Because I got lost, I had to go straight for breakfast, and they let me in in my rock and roll Liverpool shirt and my trainers and everything. Didn't even bat an eyelid, so that's cool. And so I had, for breakfast, I had sausage, beans, and egg, fried egg. But while I was waiting for my egg to be fried, the other chef was making waffles, so I couldn't resist. So I had a fresh waffle with honey. I could have got away with a keto meal this morning, but no, carbs it is. So, but that was good. And 2 black coffees. So yeah, so now I'm back in my room. I'm gonna have a shower and change, and then I'm gonna head down to the expo. So I'll film in there as well, hopefully. So I'll see you later. All right, bye. Hi guys. I just thought I would show you my outfit of the day. A bit made up actually. I look a bit, I put too much makeup on, but it's just a little bit of light makeup. Purple lipstick. This runner loves purple. And one of my new dresses you've seen before. And some flats. If you look outside, looks a bit gloomy. And I don't have a cardigan, I only have a jacket, and I don't think I want to carry the jacket if I don't need it, so I'm going to wing it on a prayer. I still need to pack my bag, but also got a purple bag. It's a crossbody. Have a look. Purple overload. See you later. Hi guys, it's me. Don't know if you can see in the background. That's the bridge I'm going to run over. That's Vasco da Gama Bridge, which is the bridge we're starting off at tomorrow's race. And above me, I got some cable cars. How cool is that? Took so long. Oh my gosh, it took me 3 hours to wait in line outside. And luckily when you do get in, it's quite quick to get it, so you can pick up your bib. So that's good. But oh my gosh, my legs, my hips are aching. So I had a nice little ice cream and then sat and looked at the bridge. It's just you can't see anything. Can't see anything at all. It's beautiful. So I just sat and relaxed. Now I'm gonna go and find something to eat and then make my way back to the hotel. I was gonna do a bus tour today, but I think I'll leave that till Monday morning, if at all. Some people from Dunstable Runners are also here. They picked up their numbers on Friday, like I should have done. So I won't meet up with them today, but I'll meet up with them after the race tomorrow. So hopefully we'll go for dinner or lunch or dinner tomorrow. So that's cool. Speak to you later. Good morning, it's Evelyn. It's Sunday morning, race day, and it's 7:20. I was supposed to be down having breakfast at 7, so I'm a bit 20 minutes behind. But this is what I'm wearing today. I only went and left my Team Simon top at home. So the one I picked up was the same purple vest, but it was a willow vest. I didn't want to wear that today. I wanted to wear my Team Simon. So anyway, I got this Half Fanatics, which is also appropriate because it's my 30th half marathon today. So I thought I'd wear this instead. I'm going to be a bit hot because it's black and it's not a vest, but oh hum. At least I won't have to carry another top, because I was going to carry a top because I was wearing a vest and it's only 7:20. So anyway, so I'm going to head down for breakfast and then make sure I eat for 20 minutes and then get the 8:48 metro to the bus pickup. Anyway, so I'm wearing my Half Fanatics top and my purple capri pants from Primani and my Hoka 1 Clifton 3s. Got my Garmin. I'm going to put a headband on when I leave, and and my race number, which I'll pin here. And she also gets me my free metro transport. So let me go and get my breakfast today. Just walking, just got off the buses. Could be. Cool. I just finished the half marathon, it's in the middle. Sweat like a pig. It's so hot, must be about 28 degrees. But as I just showed you, my feet were all in the water. Hi guys, Evelyn here. I think this will be my last post for the weekend for this vlog. I finished the Lisbon Rock and Roll Half Marathon this morning in a time of 2 hours, 9 minutes and 1 second. Officially, I've covered the distance in my fastest time because my previous PB was just below 21.1. It was actually 20.98, and today's run was actually over. It was 21.35, and I did that all in 209.01. So officially I have my PB. I also ran my fastest 10k over that time, 57.08, although I have done it faster. But again, the race was about 0.06 less than 10k, so it didn't count on Strava as a 10k PB. But now I've done both, so very chuffed. So this is the medal I got from Liverpool Rock and Roll Marathon. This is my Lisbon Rock and Roll Half Marathon, which I earned today. And because I got those two in different countries, I get this, which is the World Rocker one. And it's hard, but you can see that the world actually spins. Can't get it to spin. Let me do it this way. And it's all sparkly, very blingy. So I'm so happy. It's all done. I feel actually quite tired, so I might have to have a nap. When I got back to my hotel, they were clearing the room, so I just went straight and had my sort of late lunch, early dinner. But I think I definitely will be hungry again later. Eating carbs didn't affect my running, thankfully. So I had breakfast this morning, as I said. I couldn't really wait for them to make an egg, so I had sausage, beans, bacon and a roll. I had to rush off to get my train in time, and while I was waiting in the queue, gosh, I couldn't believe how many people were there at 7:15 in the morning on a Sunday as well. Quite surprising, but in any case, I was able to eat my breakfast, get to the station slightly early, and I think the tube runs, or the metro runs, as frequent as it does on a Saturday, so it was quite quick. So I actually got there a little bit early. The buses came to that station, so we were all waiting for them to take us to the bridge, and it was a 20-minute journey because we had to basically get to the bridge, drive right to the other end of the bridge and then back, and then we were dropped off halfway coming back. And then I met up with some Dunstable runners that somebody put me in touch with. So they were there already. So I sat and waited with them. And we basically had to wait about an hour and 20 minutes because the start of the race was 10:30. And yeah, and it was sort of nice and cool. It said it was 22 degrees, but it was a nice breeze being on the bridge. So that was good. So I thought, oh, the race won't be so bad with the temperature. But as it was getting closer to the start, the breeze settled down and then the sun came out more. So it did get a little bit hot. But it was okay. It wasn't too hot at that time. It definitely, you could feel the warmth, but it was okay. The breeze was there a little bit, but not too much. So it was good. So I left them there's two guys who were quite fast, so they went off ahead. There was two sisters who I think were probably about my speed generally, but they couldn't really take the heat. So I sort of started with them, but then I passed them, and then the other girls, they were at the back, and one of their husbands. So yeah, so I carried on running as how I felt. I thought it would be a bit hard having carbs and not relying on a fasted run, because normally my runs have been fasted, but I thought I had to have, so the clinks of my bling, I had to have breakfast. I didn't have to have breakfast, but I felt I needed to have breakfast because one, I'm paying for it, two, the start would be delayed and I wanted to have something, and I just shouldn't have had carbs, but I did. So I had a roll. Did I say that? I had a roll with sausage, beans and bacon, and I had a cup and a half of black coffee. But anyway, yeah, so the start of the race went well. I did the first 5K in about 28 minutes, which is not too bad. And it was basically going across the rest of the bridge. There was a bit of a steep, well, it wasn't steep, it was a bit of a climb to go over the hump of the bridge, and then it was down, and then you go down to the coast. So it was quite a bit of a decline after that. So the first 3.5K were an incline, and then the second 2 of the 5K was a decline, so I caught up with that. The first water station wasn't until 6K. Luckily, it wasn't too hot, so it wasn't too bad for the first one, but definitely appreciated that water there. And they were in bottles, which is good. But I did say because of the heat, I would stop and walk. And even though they're bottles, I could have carried on running. I did stop and walk initially, so I did that. The second 5K, it was okay, but it was okay. I ran it okay, actually. I can't remember exact timings, but I think it was about the same, about 29 minutes for the whole of that 5K, or the remainder of that 5K after the water stop. And yeah, so that was fine. And there was another water station just after 9.5K, I think it was. And I think I had, because I drank my first bottle straight away while I was walking. And then the second time I picked it up at that time, 9.5 to 10K, I drank a little bit, and then I carried the rest to the next water station. I think the next water station was about 3.5K, and it had Powerade there, so I had some of that. I got rid of the water that was left in my bottle because it warmed up, and then got another one, and then carried on. And then that's when the heat started. So around 12.5K, the heat was getting there. We were right in the city, in an industrial area, and not much of breeze, so you're reliant on the water that you had. And there was it was generally steady, but there was up and down, so you could definitely feel it going up, even though it was quite a tiny incline. You could actually feel it, and I think it's because of the heat. It was more tiring. But I was able to carry on running consistently up until about, say, 14K, and that's when I started walking and running. So I would run initially the first 6 or the next 6K. I would run every 2 kilometers and then walk, and then the last 7 or 8K of the race, I basically walked every 1K, and then the last piece, so about kilometre 19 was a big slope up to a statue. It's very, very steep. I could not run all the way up. Normally, in better temperatures, I would have been able to run all of it, but it was so hot. And that side of the road, because this is a double back, so you go up and then come back down to the finish. And going up on that side of the road, there was no shade, so it was really hot. So I was basically counting in my head 30, up to 30, not even 30 seconds. I was counting to 30 running, and then stopping, and then counting to 30 to walk. 30 ran, 30 walk, and then 30 run was a bit the slow count. 30 count running was a bit of a slow count, and then the 30 count walking was a bit faster. And then once I got to the top, just before the statue, then coming around, it was all downhill, so I ran all the way down, and then there was a bit more crowd. And then as you see them, they weren't the actual finish lines, I found out, but they were the floating arches, that's what you called them. It was like 3 floating arches, so it looks like you were running towards the finish. So I gathered up pace, thinking that was the finish, and then you got to it, and then you had to turn left, and then right. So damn it. But yeah, I got there, and it was 2:09:01 on my clock. So I don't know what the official time is yet. I'll check it later on. So it was a good race all in all. It was fun to do. However, I don't think it was as good a race in regards to the overall bands and things as compared to Liverpool. There was definitely much more bands in Liverpool Rock and Roll Marathon. This one, I'm sure there's only like four or five the whole way. There was no real crowd support apart from in the central areas. There was hardly any marshals on the course. I think here they have policemen, and they weren't very willing the crowd on at all. They were basically stern there. So they were basically were just policemen. I don't think I saw any marshals or volunteers on the course apart from at the water stations. There was one brilliant water shower, which is good timing where it was. I think we could have had 2, but it was gorgeous. It was like a cold shower and you got totally soaked. It was lovely. And then the band at the end was good. Well, they weren't at the end, but they were at the finish line, which is good. But then there was a bit of more of a breeze because it's right by the coast. Their stage started to get taken apart by the wind, so they had to stop playing. So we missed that. At the finish line, or the end of the race, the 2 faster guys, they finished first, and then I finished. I think I was the next one to finish, but I didn't know where they were. And as you come out the finish line, you get some Calippos, which I had one. And so I had that, and you get your medal and water and a bag, which is fun. But then it's very windy, so you can't really see where anybody was. And so the only thing I could see was the coast and people walking towards this step where it goes into water. So I thought, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go in. And so I took my shoes, my trainers and socks off, and then put my feet in the water. That was a godsend. It was sort of equivalent to getting into a ice bath. The water was freezing, but once you got over the initial shock on your feet, then it was lovely. And the tide kept on coming in and splashed me right up to my waist, but it was so hot it dried off really quickly, so that was a good benefit. What else? They had on the course, they had oranges and orange segments and bananas. I didn't have a banana, but I did have an orange segment, and it was very refreshing, so it was well worth having that, which I don't think they had that on the Liverpool one, but I was a little bit slower at that time, so maybe I missed out. But I was able to have water all the way. The benefits of being a faster runner, you get everything, because some of the ladies were complaining that they had run out of water with this heat. That's not happening. It reminds me of Brighton, because I was right at the end. But that was a marathon though, so. And the marathon here was not the same route at all as the half marathon, because generally they start off at the same time and then they would split off in the races I've been part of. But this time they started off like 2.5 hours earlier than us, and I think they went a different route. So, and I don't think they were on the bridge at all. It's just the half marathon and the mini marathon. But all in all, it's a good race. It's a good starting point from the bridge. That was quite cool to run across it. And Lisbon is a lovely city. I would definitely come back for a non-running holiday. People are lovely. The hotel I'm staying at, everybody's been so lovely, warm and friendly and helpful. And all the people I've seen so far have been lovely. So recommend coming to Lisbon for sure. Doing the race, it's okay. There's some niggles, especially from, I don't know if I updated you on the vlog, but on Instagram I updated that it took me 3 hours to pick up my number yesterday. So that's not a good thing, but I'm assured that Friday, if you come early, Thursday or Friday, because they did have it open then, there wasn't a queue because the guys I met today, they came and picked up their bibs on Friday and they didn't have to wait at all. So I think it depends when you come, and also they realised that the place was not suited for the number of people that could come, and they issued an apology on Facebook for it as well. So at least they're aware, and hopefully it won't happen again. Well, no, it's been a good race. I've earned my blings. So if you like collecting medals, rock and rolls are always the good ones to do. And if you do multiple, especially different countries, you'll get extra. It's the morning of the last day here. I wasn't going to vlog, but I thought I'd show you what I'm wearing this morning. I just flung this on for breakfast. I haven't gone for my run yet. Big bum. As I was saying, I haven't gone for my run yet. I thought I'd take it easy this morning. My flight's at 3:15, but there's weather issues in England, or that side of, I think, Ireland, England. There's I think it's been tailored down to a storm, but there was a hurricane brewing that way. So they sent out a warning on EasyJet flight tracker to say, be cautious, the flight may be delayed, but my flight's at 3:15. I'll just see if I can check out a bit later today, and then I can go for a run. If not, I will just wait till I get home and do it this evening. May even join the running crew if I get home and feel like it. Otherwise, I'll just do 1 mile when I get home later on. But for now,